5, 4, 3. Welcome, everyone, and pull up a seat at the table. It's lunchtime in Rome. Tonight's episode 319 is entitled, You're Fired. Have you ever been fired? Have you ever been justifiably fired? Have you ever been fired and it was total BS? We'll be talking about that at the table this evening. Pull up a seat at the table and join us. First-time listeners can subscribe on your favorite podcast app or watch us live or later on YouTube at Lunchtime in Rome. Visit us at lunchtimeinrome.com. While you're there, you can take our relational needs questionnaire. Make sure to follow us on all social media, and it would be great if you give us a 5-star review. Jay, what is this? Specifically, is this podcast about? I almost made it.
You did well. But at the table, we strive to love one another and help you to do the same. Some weeks we have somebody on so that you can get to know them and learn a little bit about yourself in the process. Other weeks, we dive into a topic. This week, we're doing both. Romans 12:15 says to rejoice with those who rejoice and mourn with those who mourn. That's what we do. So while it may not be 12:15 in Rome, we're treating it like it is
Lunchtime in Rome.
And Ben is with us.
Hello.
Special guest Kelly Anchor.
Yeah.
But just for everybody who's tuning in and downloads later, Kelly will be back where it'll be only about Kelly. This is about those who have been either justifiably fired or unjustifiably fired, and joining them, like we said, mourning with those who mourn. So we're either going to laugh if you thought it was funny, which we didn't get many of those, and we're going to mourn with those who mourn, and we're going to room with those who bah. Ben, how have you been?
Great. Yeah, can't complain. Enjoy my job. Have
It's
a good
heck
life.
of an update.
Yeah. I mean, gosh, I don't know what
have a new
I've said
house?
to the listeners. Yeah, exactly. Have a new house, living with my parents. It's a beautiful new room. I
A
work
little different neighborhood.
Yeah. Living in the land of Monroeville. Wonderful workstation at home. And yeah, everything's been great.
Can't ask for more than that.
Can't ask for more than that.
And Kelly Anchor is with us. Kelly and I have known each other for what? When did we meet? Freshman year, I guess? Junior high?
Maybe.
Hard to say. It's been long
Yeah.
enough that we don't know. But we've become very good friends over the years, and Kelly has played an integral role in our life in many different ways. Has loved both my lovely wife and gave Trey his haircut before it fell out for chemo. And that was good times.
I can still feel his big skull.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, I said to Rachel today, I was like, I can still feel I can just feel his little skull.
Yeah. And has been very kind to Bella over the years. I guess Joe's the least impact.
Yeah. I mean, I always like to keep in touch with him, but
Sure.
he's like a bro. He's always kind of been a bro as well.
Like Ben.
Yep.
Yeah, you know,
Just bro.
like
Typical dudes.
Exactly right.
we appreciate each other.
Yes, very much so.
And we both know we're there. This is how I feel, you know. And I feel like he knows I'm there.
Yep.
But I know he has tons of support. And you know, yeah.
That's it.
I know, yeah.
Kelly is the owner of Kindred Curls. So
Yeah.
for all of your curly hair needs,
I'm right there.
oh, buddy,
I'm ready to have curly hair.
you
Well,
should just let it grow
we have
out.
some
Let it grow
way.
out.
At
Oh.
this point, it would be something.
I would look 55,
Hello.
60.
That was not an easy or
You
a good
know
thing
why?
to say.
I didn't.
We're lucky we're still broadcasting
Well, I
right
didn't say you look
There it
55.
is. That's the save.
now. Okay.
I didn't say you look
Okay.
55.
Just because we're classmates and you know that I'm 55, she probably graduated early.
Wow, 55.
Did you really not know
Yeah.
that?
Well, I'm not yet.
No, what's funny is like we celebrate Jay's birthday, but I forgot what year we were on at this
It doesn't
point.
really matter.
Right.
Although I can now play, I found out from Ron Herr, I could play senior softball.
Yeah, there's other senior. There's like a discount I saw the other day
Yeah.
that we can get.
But
I'm
I
like,
said,
this is
Ron,
wrong.
I said, Ron, would I not be the number one pick? He goes, oh, they would throw anything at you. But you can still run.
Remember when Kramer goes down to Del Boca Vista and he runs for president?
Yeah.
It's
Or
not
when he
with-
does
with
karate,
Jerry.
but that's with the kids.
That's with the kids. No,
We're
that's
all
right.
the same level, Jerry. Eric,
Yes.
did Maggie's birthday happen yet?
Oh no. No, but we're okay. We're plugging along. We're back into the softball thing. Maggie had her first scrimmage last night. They won. They played well.
Oh,
And,
congratulations.
yeah, so fun. And they have a big day coming up this Saturday.
Kelly should promote that with all her Penn
Oh
Hills
yeah,
people.
Saturday 12:30, Penn Hills Park. We're trying to make it a thing. We're gonna have like an ice truck. The concession stand's gonna be cooking. I think a few extra special things, raffles, all that kind of
All
fun
at Penn
stuff
Hills Park.
at Penn Hills Park.
Breaking 90 probably won't be there.
Probably not.
Is it a fundraiser?
It is a fundraiser
Okay, that's
for her
what-
league. Yeah. So there's gonna be like
Okay.
raffles and all kinds of things to do.
And what's the times again?
12:30,
Okay.
and hopefully we don't get rained out. That's what we're kind of worried about right now. Because even
It's
though
always a possibility.
there's always a possibility, especially this time of year, and we are. It might rain like Friday into Saturday, but still it might mean the fields
I
are.
don't think it's going to
unplayable.
rain that much.
I don't think
Last
it's gonna,
I looked,
it's not
it was
going
a
to.
chance.
It's only
No.
Wednesday. Like, anything could happen between now and then here.
I debated sharing it, but I will. My favorite Penn Hills Park story, besides any athletic achievement I had playing softball there, was the one spring or summer or whatever. It was early in the year. It flooded terribly. And there's a sewage plant right nearby. And that summer, anybody who slid and got a brush burn,
Oh,
it got, and they said it has
nasty.
nothing to do.
No,
Nothing to do with the sewage. There's
No.
no way it would have had anything to do with it. Mick Nardozzi had such a brush burn on his calf that he was using feminine pads to sop up the ooze.
I mean, like,
Well,
my
no, trust
gosh.
me, the jokes wrote themselves.
Oh my gosh, that is gross.
Kelly, a little more about you, just in general, just because some people don't know you, though everyone in Penn Hills knows you.
stop.
Maybe not everybody at the table, but just a little brief background or not. It's up to you.
Okay. I am almost 55.
Couldn't tell.
I know one of our old friends, Doug Bentley, who was on this show. He was a dear friend of ours as well.
Oh, yeah.
I am involved civically. I am running for my committee seat. So I'm very excited that my
And what
name
does that mean for those who aren't?
I was
necessarily-
kind of leaving that out.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
Yeah, just because.
So you're not
All due
council, but a
respect.
committee within the council.
No.
No, that's not it at all,
No,
Ben.
okay.
Nobody knows.
So
It's
just for
unknowable.
My bad.
clarification.
Yeah, I don't want you to campaign here. I just
No,
want
no, 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 no,
clarification.
no.
for
I
those
just so it's my Democratic committee seat.
Oh, sure. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
so
what runs
I mean,
Penn Hills.
stop. So I am very excited about that. I'm very proud of that. And I mean to have your name on an actual legit ballot, like
Yeah.
even though it's the lowest of low
Gotta start
of the
somewhere.
whole totem pole.
Is it?
It is. There's no one else lower than my Democratic committee seat.
Okay. I would think maybe like a delegate or something like that would be smaller. but-
I actually, there's so many things that I don't know. And it's been interesting learning things. And just so you know, like I will help anyone who wants to get involved anywhere in any politics. I truly do.
So does that, and again,
doesn't
just
matter if
asking,
you
does
just
that
wanna
mean
learn.
you'd be working with Leon?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what's his title?
He is the chair of our Democratic committee. But I'm saying, like, if you were not on my side, I would still help you
That's
get
what you
involved.
do. That's the life you've led.
Yeah, I
That's
just
who you are.
If that's
You've
what you
helped
want to
people-
do,
Oh, Psalm today, by the way.
what?
I said you've helped people who couldn't begin to help you in any way, shape,
True.
or form. One specific person.
True,
I saw
true.
him today.
Oh, he's still alive. Great.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyway, so that is like
You're just pro
I
Penn Hills.
I am very Jay and I feel like we're like
With all due respect to Rachel, Mr. and Mrs. Penn Hills.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
where
you.
you're going with that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Like
That's fair.
we should crown ourselves that
We should.
tonight. It's crowned. We're crowned.
Oh, we're gonna be living in a monarchy now. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean,
Things
it would be
things
fun.
would improve. Let me just say, we would kill each other, but
Probably.
in the meantime,
At least a few shin bruises.
yes, absolutely. The Ben giggle. There's nothing better than the Ben
Oh,
giggle.
Nice
the best.
callback.
But anyway, I was president of the Penn Hills Community Development Corporation for a while. But I needed to just focus on my business more. I am single. I'm putting it out there. So yeah, I mean, I had to back off on some of that stuff just recently this year. I did hold a Narcan awareness event in my space.
I learned. I
Yep.
was there. I learned about it.
And it was a great privilege to host that. And we've given out over 100 Narcan sets of Narcan at this point. And the education that goes behind it. I mean, since I am face to face or front to back, or I get to
Face
stand
to back
behind-
ahead with lots of people.
yeah, well, yeah. We get to say behind the chair. So I get to educate my people whether they want to or not now.
That is your style.
So if they have questions, I get to answer them real time for them. So it's a great honor. So that's a little background. But
No,
yeah,
that-
I born
People
and
know
bred.
you now a little bit.
Yeah.
More than enough to understand what you say the rest of the time. And she's the proud owners of Dax and Fifi, or not owner, but
Leader.
leader of her dogs. And one doesn't care for me. So,
She does care for you. She's just, her needs are different.
okay. Okay.
She's
Needs
had-
don't matter. Have you ever listened to this podcast?
She's had a lot of
right.
trauma in
It
her
is true.
life.
That is
Quit
true.
judging.
Fifi. Judging.
You are he's the worst with her.
Fifi's the only, I'm the worst with her.
You are.
Then why
'Cause
is
you're
she
like,
the way she
"Come
is?
and love me.
Why is she the
Come
way
and
she is right now?
He says, "Come,
Why
serve
is she the
my
way she
needs."
is right now?
Because
She's been,
she's she's had trauma.
okay, so how am I the worst?
Because you're not understanding what she needs.
But I didn't traumatize her.
But
I might be bad, but I'm not
this
the
is a
worst.
whole nother episode. Whole nother episode.
And when Fifi's not paying attention, she'll lay right at my feet and lay,
She
and lay
does.
with me. My point is, she's the only dog that has never been, Jay is the best.
I know,
Ever.
but because Jay wants her to love him so much because he wants his emotional needs met.
Absolutely.
Is what happens. So he's like, Fifi, come love me. Come
Because
love me. And then
I
she
would
gets scared.
Be afraid that if I was hired to be her dog dog sitter, that I would be.
Fired.
And that's what we're here to talk about this
Yay, good
evening.
segue.
We would love for you to sit at the head of the table, and we will post in the show notes how you can sit at the head of the table. But we thank all those who have done that in the past. We're going to lead off tonight with a hot off the presses, not even in our show notes,
Oh.
but a little gentleman by the name of Luke.
Oh, little gentleman?
Yeah, he's about 6'6" and makes Kelly seem quiet. He said
has nerve.
he had a high school job at Cold Stone. Now, if those of you want to go back and listen to the episode, Luke has never had a thought he didn't say out
I want
loud.
to have Luke back on so bad. I love
High
Luke.
school job at Cold Stone. Requested off to go to the beach. They said no. I went. I got fired. Showed up the next week. Walked into the back. Took all the ice cream I could.
That's the most Luke thing ever. That's hilarious.
I am going to need the link to Luke's
That's
episode.
great.
Luke and
That's
Kate.
great.
Yeah.
I love
How do you
Luke.
describe Luke?
They were on twice.
I
They were
believe
on
so.
twice, and it's been a while since they've been on. This was back. It was upstairs.
That was before any children,
Yeah,
Aw.
not us.
Oh, okay.
Them.
but also you.
No.
No, Maggie was around.
Right, because when we moved in, we basically had Maggie. So yeah, but no, they've had one since that's 3, and then they just had twins. So life is
Like
I mean,
that.
happening a lot.
Yeah.
I always said going from 1 to 2 was tough.
Oh, I can't imagine 1 to 3.
1 to 3, you gotta just.
I can't imagine.
But he's such a patient man, so I'm sure. Patrick Berzai, who I played softball with for 1 year, and it's one of those people like I still see him on Facebook and everything else. Lives up in Boston. I have a non-disclosure agreement, but I got the boot once at an ad agency when I wanted to grow the account of a major insurer the right way, and we did. But my new boss still wanted me to falsify billings on services that we didn't render because it padded his bonus. One of the most crooked guys I've ever had to work for. And in ad work, that's saying something. When I told him I wouldn't do it, I was excused.
Wow.
Remember that MTV show? Wasn't it like Excused?
Oh, I don't.
No, I think it's a thing. I might be wrong.
No,
Tell us
it's
if
okay.
we're wrong. Post in the comments.
But I know in his world, I mean,
Oh, yeah, that's your neck.
agencies charge a lot of money.
When you were telling me some of the stuff that like you were contracting out.
Oh, and my stuff is small potatoes. Like the stuff that I do.
No, but I mean like that you were hiring people to do. Like some of the AI
Oh yeah, no.
data research and whatnot.
that's like not much.
Gosh.
It's dude. I think it would really. it would amaze people on how much big brands spend on ads.
And I want to add something because I said we're either going to grieve with you, mourn with you, or we're going to laugh if yours was funny. But also, like, I want to celebrate people because,
Yeah.
like, I know Patrick only from 1 year of softball, but following him on Facebook, and like, my man's a man of principle, and like, he'll
Yeah,
comment on
that's-
politics, and he's just like, I appreciate what you believe. Here's what I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
Period.
Well, and I appreciate like his moral compass here, and that he stood up for it because, like, what's interesting is when you go interview it another job, you can confidently say like, I got fired for being, honest and not
I
trying
wonder
to.
how that works though, because it's
I think it depends on the person you're interviewing.
well, no, because
with.
in your resume, you list where you worked. So for you to say, I was let go for being honest, that opens things up.
Yeah.
Well, and I'd like to know what that call is when they were checking the reference.
Right. Well, but it does. I mean, again, maybe we should have like my brother on or somebody that deals with this because, like,
Headhunters and all, he's doing that.
yeah, I mean, he still does it here and there, but like,
Yeah.
from what I've been told, any references they worked here.
Yeah.
Like, no matter
Yeah,
what.
you're not really allowed to say much.
All you can say is like they are hireable.
Oh, you could say
yeah.
that much.
I think you can say like yes, they're hireable, like meaning like they're not like they're not like a non-citizen or something like that,
Oh.
But they can't say anything about like, oh, they're the worst and oh, they stole a bunch of money. I don't even think they could say that. Oh,
Yeah, I don't even think you're allowed to say they're late if they were late.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, because you can be sued for anything.
right.
Dennis Baker, you would remember him, boys from church, Dennis and Jenny. And last week we talked about Chadwick. And
Oh,
that's
yeah.
now their son-in-law.
Yeah.
My first, and tell me, listen acutely
Yeah.
for my favorite part of this.
Okay.
My first job at Target, I got fired from because at 17, I was in love with one of the cashiers and her boyfriend was security and didn't like me talking to her. I also got fired from another job while I was in active reserves. Boss man said it was because I took off 2 weeks, even though he was given hard copy orders for military drill by me weeks in advance. Not legal, but I didn't like him anyways. I was pissed, pardon me, but such is life, and it wasn't worth my time to go after him.
That's it. Because I was gonna say I thought it was illegal to like you had to.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, military service.
Yeah.
Didn't care. Fired
That's
him
crazy.
anyway.
That's crazy.
My favorite part was boss man.
I was gonna guess boss man.
How about good old Mark Piccolino?
Oh yeah.
I was fired from a manager at a movie theater, which, being a local guy, you know Mark. Crescent Gardens Floral,
Okay.
Mark and Barb. Like, I wonder, it had to be, I think it was Penn
Showcase
Hills.
Cinemas.
Showcase, Penn Hill Cinemas.
Oh my gosh.
No. What was by the mall,
Yeah.
where Best Buy is?
Oh,
right.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
theater. But that
Oh,
was
that's
that
where I
was
had my first kiss.
Aw.
Wow.
wasn't that post Showcase?
No, it was concurrent.
It was concurrent.
Yep.
Okay.
Cinema.
Cinemark? No, that's new.
No.
Oh.
Whatever.
Yeah.
He was fired because he questioned a decision he made. Right, the manager fired him for a decision he made 2 weeks earlier. The assistant manager didn't defend me at the time because he thought he might get fired as well. That sucks when you get unjustly fired or reprimanded or whatever, and somebody else should have your back.
Let's unpack that
Go on,
because I have a high need of acceptance.
sure do.
Which means like if I do something wrong or I wrong somebody, I need to make it okay. I need to make sure we're okay, we're cool.
Don't like to make mistakes.
That would drive me crazy. And that it might be more respect, but it would drive me crazy if I was let go and it wasn't like I was wrongfully let go because of somebody else.
So you're focusing on just the being let go, not the other person not having your back.
Kind of both, but I would at least want to be heard out. Like,
Well, sure, because you don't want to make a mistake.
Right.
You, for dadgum sure, don't want to be held accountable for something that you did correctly.
right, because I didn't do like I want to be like I didn't do anything wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but you're getting some kind of blame.
And
Like, that would drive me crazy.
We can add this as we go, but like, have you ever been fired?
I have not. I've been let go, but I have not been fired.
Explain the difference.
Well, it was like the job was over, or
Sure.
it was never,
It was just done.
or I just left for a better opportunity from one job to another. Yeah, because like a lot of like early in my career, I had a graphic design job at MSA, but then like there wasn't enough work anymore for my department, so I was, laid off. But yeah, I've been laid off, but not fired.
Right. I don't think it would go well for you.
No, it probably wouldn't.
No,
It
especially
doesn't really go
well
well
for any-
anyone.
no, but-
well,
but
I
I'm
guess
saying-
it does, because some people just go in the back and take the ice cream.
yeah, Luke couldn't
Yeah,
hire
Yeah,
me.
I mean,
do that.
like,
I would want to do
And
that.
by the
but
way,
I
we
couldn't.
don't advocate.
no,
No.
of course not.
We're not a big retribution.
No,
podcast.
no.
No.
He said he took the ice cream. He didn't say he didn't stop and pay for it.
I
You
want
may
to say
have.
he didn't.
Well, allegedly.
Ben, if he gets fired, he's going to start overwriting insurance instead of underwriting.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
No, I
way over.
If I was fired, yeah. I mean,
Imagine as a husband and a father, oh, you would be a puddle.
yeah. Especially if it really was my fault. Like if it wasn't like if
Sure.
Sure. Like that would
Yeah.
I would be crushed.
Ben, why don't you read my good buddy Ryan McGuire's while I edit one that's a lot longer?
Sure. All right. I was delivering parts for a dealer in Buffalo. Getting off the 90, homeboy stopped to switch lanes when he had 100 yards of his lane left. I laid down the horn, then he pulled up alongside me, and I flipped him off. When he followed me into the dealership, I was at the back of my van, pulling out a bumper cover. He started mouthing off and walk. It poured me, so I threw my bumper cover at him. My boss came out and told me to go inside. He came in 10 minutes later and said, "Well, Ryan, I'd hate to tell you, but you're fired." I shook his hand and I said, "I figured," and left.
Don't forget that he did post the crying smiley emoji thing.
Yeah, that's an
Which
important
I loved it.
Yes.
Yeah, I did
Tell-
love that.
Tells you how he feels about it now.
Yeah, I did love that.
Well, you could tell like with the I shook his hand and said I figured. Like
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
He left it out there.
I kind of like that.
I did like that one.
Kelly, do you want to read Serena's for us?
Sure. I worked as a server. So Serena Ross says, I worked as a server at a fine dining restaurant for 3 years and was genuinely excited to put in my 2 weeks after accepting a position as a general manager elsewhere. Each year, management gifted employees a certificate for 2 3-course meals. I planned to use mine before leaving. A few days after giving notice, my husband and I came in for dinner. While we were waiting for our table, I was pulled aside and told that I was no longer considered an employee.
Oh my gosh. That's so
And that
petty.
after the certificate would not be honored. Like, how is that even legal is what I wanted to know. But anyway, we'll get there. Sorry, Leslie. I was completely caught off guard. I would too.
Oh, and the next 2 words.
Serena.
Embarrassing. Yeah.
Embarrassment and upset. I handed my money to the bartender and rushed out with my husband already in tears. Then, to make matters worse, I stopped and accused trying to leave without paying for a drink. I never ordered or received. I was confronted in the lobby in front of the other guests. Humiliated, I threw down a $50 bill without even knowing what I was supposedly being charged for, and left feeling completely shaken with my pride in pieces, and haven't spent $1 there since. I would love to know where this place
I
is.
know,
So
I know,
None of
I
us
know.
can spend our money there. Like, I'm so upset
That's
for Miss
terrible.
Serena.
It's so
Yeah.
petty.
Do you
It is
know
so
her?
petty.
I do. I coached her.
Ugh.
That
I wanna
is-
know.
She and
that
her
is
sister
garbage.
Sophia.
Yeah, I want to know,
They were the Rendas.
but I want to know where it is.
I think that's the Serena. Yeah, it is.
We need to know, like, we need the inside intel on this one.
And like she probably could have pressed charges, but like it would be like
What kind of
over-
charges, though?
Right,
Like-
over dinner, like
Right.
but still.
Oh, that's-
still it's just
Yeah, I mean, this one did stir up a big story for me. If you want me to wait it, I
Go
can
do it
wait.
now.
yeah, do it.
Okay, so I worked at this salon fresh out of cosmetology school, and it was a pretty big deal of a salon, what they were charging and where they were.
Can I guess?
You probably don't know it. It wasn't here.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't in Penn Hill.
Wasn't Philip Pelusi?
No, but I did work there.
Was it Zigarelli?
Okay, gosh, I'm not going to say because they're still in
There's
business.
only 2 I know.
No. So, it is an Italian
Sports
name.
clips?
Oh my gosh! Hey, let up. Okay, the testosterone. I
Achilles.
can't. So anyway, so in this salon, like I look back, the business practice was so bad. So in our education department, we had to sell the strip off tickets, okay, to our clients. Well, I had just started. I had no clients. I was handed this big pack of tickets.
You said from the education department?
Well, what he called the education, like
Okay, but you've already graduated from school.
correct.
Right.
But like when
You made
you
it sound
go
like it was
to
a class assignment.
Sorry. No, it was a work assignment
Right. Okay.
that instead of this salon paying for your education that they're providing for you as a business, okay, they made you sell lottery tickets to people to put in a pool to pay for this. Could you imagine like going to one of your classes
So
and
like a
like
50-50
sorry.
kind of thing?
Yes.
Okay.
But that's not it's like but you should be paying for this.
Right.
Right.
Like put another dollar on your client's
Right.
haircut.
Yes,
Right.
your job trained you, but forced you to pay for the training by
The
performing
weird-
labor for them. That's crazy.
Okay.
He gets it.
Well, whenever somebody.
Well, wait. No, this
Yeah,
isn't
okay,
the whole
yeah.
story. This
But
is
wait.
not the whole
No, no, no.
story.
There's more.
So that's just what happened. So here I am. I'm a young stylist. I did get a new job. I had told them I was quitting. In the meantime, I was not fired. And I was like, here's the rest of my tickets. I cannot remember if I sold the whole batch or whatever. My grandma bought a bunch, thank
Sure.
God for grandmas.
Right.
And then, whatever. I sold a few. Well, guess what? My grandma won. Do you know they did not want to pay out?
Why?
They literally were not going to pay out.
Because you didn't stay at the company.
But what
There
does
was no reason.
What does it
you
matter,
could
though?
sell
Because
tickets
they're being
Right.
vindictive and petty.
to anyone on
but
the
I mean,
street.
But if she bought the ticket, she's the winner. What does it matter who sold the ticket? It
Exactly.
could have been from anybody else in
Did
the
they
salon.
know it was your grandmother?
Yeah, because I had to call them and say, well, yes, they were being vindictive,
No, they're
but
definitely being vindictive. But I'm like,
Yeah.
But
I could have
either
sold it
way,
to you.
Whoever
It didn't-
wins it,
right.
doesn't matter.
Oh, I agree.
yeah. But
But I'm
that's
saying people are
it's
petty and
unbelievable.
shallow and
That's
terrible.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
That's crazy.
So for me to not swear right now is really hard.
She's doing a great job.
Try to keep it clean.
Right.
on the
We do.
pod.
No, I am,
never
but I want to just for the record, let it be known because, like, I look back. So I was so upset. You want to talk about being upset? Like,
Yeah.
I had so revered this man too,
Oh,
and like he was my first job,
That's the
and like
worst.
I used to wear heels at this job and wear a
Wow.
blazer
That's
to cut
serious.
hair in. And
Yeah.
I was excited
no, but
and left this
to idolize
job.
him and have that.
And to have him and go, and meanwhile, if you knew other things, but anyway, like it was just not okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. My dad actually stepped up, and somebody in my parental world, which doesn't always happen, they stood up and said something, and somehow or another, my grandma got the money
I was like, gonna say,
eventually.
Gam Gam's gonna get that money.
But it's like, yeah. So yeah, that's how that related, and it just really triggered that whole
Well, I don't even
story.
like what I was gonna say is
But
like,
that was not a fired story.
yeah, I don't even really like when businesses, and more so like big corporate, like if it's like a local thing and it's going to somewhere local in Penn Hills, like whatever. But like you go to McDonald's and they want you to round up, or if you go to Walmart, they want you to round up.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah, 'cause
there's
they get
no
the
way
tax
I'm giving you any
benefit.
more of
Yeah,
my
they get
money.
the
Well,
tax
but what I've
benefit.
also heard is they've already made the contribution,
Yeah.
and then so that is just making it's like recouping
Well, no, they
it.
just they said like in order for us to fund the extra education at this business, this is what we do. We sell lottery tickets.
No, I meant like for them,
Oh,
like
I'm
for
so
Walmart
sorry.
and whatever
Yeah,
else.
yeah,
right.
yeah.
But
I'm
they
so
make
sorry,
a
yeah.
$100,000 contribution, and
Right.
when you round up, it just makes their part less.
Yeah.
Right. It's like
No, I never.
Oh,
I'm-
I always
never.
think of like I do think of Trey all the time, and like
Oh, the
when
pediatric
they
cancer
act,
ones?
yeah,
Yeah. Do you don't contribute?
no,
Okay, good.
no. I'd rather contribute locally.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely. Gosh,
I'd
that's my
rather
favorite.
start a frisbee park.
Yes, as
Oh, I'm
well.
sorry.
We
What's the
appreciate
word?
it.
I'm
Disc golf.
disc golf.
Disc
But
golf. Oh
we'll
my
forgive-
gosh.
We'll forgive you since
Yeah,
you're on
this time.
board.
So Lydia
makes me
Brennan, I believe Paredes.
There's
Eric.
a lot of words here.
Oh, there's a lot. I'm going to go quickly with it. Got fired from a job after 7 years because a 50-year-old woman started rumors about me, starting from she's not qualified to do her job and ending with she said she wants to kill the CEO.
Oh my gosh.
The CEO decided he couldn't trust my leadership anymore and fired me. No explanation, and said he didn't want to discuss it. He seemed visibly upset, almost as if he didn't want to discuss it. Never had a write-up did nothing but grow the facility over her tenure there, had so much loyalty within the company because she'd helped so many people grow and taught them after that she was fired and they lost. Oh, she was taught that after she was fired, they lost 35 employees between firing and people leaving. The company was in chaos and struggling within 8 months after her firing. She stayed very quiet, probably even had a lawsuit on her hands, but it wasn't worth it. There we go again. I knew I was a good employee. She said, I made it my mission to drive out. Oh, no, the woman made it her mission to drive out anyone who was loyal to her at any point. 2 years later, the jealous woman who wanted her job and did everything she could to drive her out and never ended up in her role, the CEO and her are now in a lawsuit with her as she accused him of sexual harassment in a hostile work environment. And he resigned as a response.
Wow.
He was a decent CEO, but she, for some reason, had a hold on him. He ended up ruining the company and his own reputation by trusting her instead of Lydia. She said, I'm probably most angry at HR. She didn't follow policy on process or firings, never went to the board with her concerns about how things were going and hurting the company. Everything was written off as disgruntled, and now they have multiple lawsuits.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And it's the things you don't know. Because like she's sitting there going, why?
Right.
What? And security. Because like she goes, why would he trust the shrewd lady
Right.
instead of me who's worked for 7 years? Like, was it about me?
Right.
And then you go, I think in the 1 o'clock in the morning, you go, she's probably got pictures. She's got pictures of him doing something
Yeah, you
compromising.
just never know.
And then the next morning you go, no, it's me. And like, you know what I mean? Like the
You're right.
torment of not knowing.
Right.
You're right.
That's horrible.
That is horrible.
Curtis is speaking of disc golf, a disc golf friend of mine. He wrote, Amazon fires me for posting pictures of things they sold. And I went,
Yeah.
help me understand. And he goes, well, wait until I tell you about the Pittsburgh places I've worked for.
Did he not follow up?
That was the
Cliffhanger.
follow-up.
That's a
Let me tell you
cliffhanger.
about the Pittsburgh places.
Curtis, can you follow up in the comments, please?
We would appreciate that
Because
greatly.
the comments on Facebook and on YouTube, because it would always help for boosting, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to read Monica?
Sure.
Wait, we didn't read mine.
Yeah. Hers, which said, I'll be on the podcast tomorrow night. And I texted her immediately. Done.
And here we are.
All right. Monica says, in 2018, I was part of a downsizing, in quotes, at AHN.
Wait, let's give her props.
Yeah.
She's naming names. Allegheny Health Network.
Yeah.
Putting it out there,
I
Monica.
like it.
Maybe that's Andrew Hladnick's mom.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let go 70 people that day and another 70 exactly 1 year later. I worked there for 21 years in a management position. Wow. While there, I went to an employment hearing for an employee that kept sleeping in the cubicle. another that was getting high. One that was let go for a HIPAA violation.
They looked up a sports player's home address
Okay. While they were hospitalized.
and why they were hospitalized.
Oh, yeah.
And
You're
why-
not allowed
okay,
to look
all
up
right,
any
okay.
personal information while you're working at a hospital.
Ah.
Or a hair salon.
This doesn't include times I wrote people up for crazy stuff. I've packed desks and walked people out of the building and been walked out as well. I've never been walked out.
Wow.
No.
Oh, yeah. That's.
Oh,
We're
you know
here
what?
for you,
I had
Monica.
a good friend of
We're
mine.
here for you.
Yeah.
Even though
Monica's
it's
sweet.
2018.
Good friend of mine.
I bet she remembers it though.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm
She remembered
saying,
yesterday.
like, you know, we're still here for some of the grief that you have.
Sure.
Yeah. Good friend of mine. Not going to mention name. He got fired, and I remember.
Hi, Amy.
I remember he left, but then I went up and I packed up his desk for him and brought it so he didn't have to come back out.
That's good.
You know, come back up and do the walk of shame and grab his belongings.
I couldn't imagine. Yeah, being
It-
walked
that
out.
was I cried with him in the car. You know, I felt so bad.
Ben, I'm just going to put this out there.
Yeah.
You haven't been fired.
I know. Not fortunately not yet. Early enough in my career.
Can I ask, like, where have you worked? Like, can
Yeah.
you throw down a few places? where
Yeah,
you've worked?
well, trying to not miss any. I mean, so
Wait, am I legally allowed to ask you how old you are?
Oh yeah. No, you won't get in trouble. I just turned 17. No, I'm kidding. I am 23.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah. So
Graduated from Pitt in 3.5 years.
Ugh,
3.5 or
awesome.
3?
3.
Undergrad.
And good for
3,
you for
yeah.
saving that
And
money.
4 in grad school?
Yeah, so 4 years total. So
Really, really
I'll-
admirable.
yeah, I had some AP credits, but yeah,
Whatever, you did it. That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm very happy. But so since I graduated college, I've only worked 2 jobs. I actually worked at Linton Middle School for a little bit.
Okay.
And then I had a bit of a career change and transitioned. As Jay mentioned it, I'm underwriting now for an insurance company.
Well, what did you go to school for?
I went to school for initially math in undergrad, just like
Okay.
blanket math, and then my grad program was for 7 through 12 math education.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Did you not have part-time jobs?
That's what I'm asking.
I
Like,
did
what
in
were all
college.
those?
That's just
Like,
all I
did you
did
do
after college.
ditches?
So,
Did you?
so
He's a big ditch digger.
yeah. So
Yeah.
my first
tell by his
job
arms.
was I worked at Seneca Manor.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you were one of those kids.
Yep.
Yep.
And I
Okay.
wasn't fired. I just went to college and
Okay.
didn't stop working there.
Did you? I'm sure you worked with people that were fired, though.
I don't remember any.
Okay.
Um,
That's okay.
Well, Ben's also been lost in Target's parking lot, so
That is true.
there could have been
None of
somebody-
them- no
Well,
one's-
going from Permantes to no,
In
no,
Harborville.
he got lost at Permantes.
And for Manny.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know, what I
Okay,
can
wait.
picture, I can
All
picture,
right, well.
I can picture security walking somebody out with their box, and Ben sees it, and he just has no idea what's going on. I've never seen somebody get fired.
There was
That is
someone.
true.
There was someone who got fired from Seneca before I started working there, and I
Okay.
heard stories about them. But I don't think anyone was fired in like the 6 months I worked there.
Okay. So what are your other? Yeah. What were
And,
your other jobs?
and then I worked at Shop and Save for a summer as well.
I
Um,
wasn't
I mean, these
invited.
build you. These build who you
Oh,
are.
absolutely, absolutely.
That's
No,
right.
it
'Cause
was,
Amy's mom used to talk about, oh, he's there. He's such a good worker.
yeah. She was always very
No,
nice to
like,
me.
wasn't it
Yeah.
fun being like you were there? You get to
No,
know
I liked
people.
both jobs.
Yeah.
Everyone was really nice. Yeah, I mean, it was a good summer
jobs.
job. Yeah, but I haven't been fired yet, so
Well, let's keep it.
let's keep it that way
Yeah.
if we can.
And let's not have you walked out.
Ben, if
Please.
you ever get fired from anything, I want to meet the person that fired.
Well, I don't think anyone should. Fire
I don't think
anyone.
anybody
Well,
will
I
ever
mean,
fire Ben because, like,
Only for
you.
apologizing too much.
Right.
We can't take it
dang.
anymore, Ben.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
You didn't-
Yeah.
You mean this room
didn't
hasn't broke you?
I know
of
for being
that?
too
Like,
self-deprecating. Yeah,
You didn't even
Oh,
do anything
Ben.
wrong.
He's
Stop
like, I'm
it.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
they're like, Ben, that's it. You're fired. I'm sorry.
But I wonder if
Oh, Ben.
if people don't get fired as much these days because
I
the employment pool is so shallow.
well, and I think it's a little harder at times to fire people.
Well, it's a more litigious society for sure. I mean,
Well,
whenever
I was actually gonna, because Pennsylvania, you don't have to have a reason.
It doesn't
Correct.
matter. You can still get in trouble for firing someone.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
you
that's-
think
oh, I see what
that.
you're saying.
Yeah.
No, as a business owner, yes, you're correct.
Right.
But I
You
mean,
can still sue
Right.
anybody for anything.
yeah,
Well, yeah. If
I
they
mean,
say it's because of like discrimination or something.
Yeah,
then
I
can get
mean,
in
you
trouble
just
for it,
don't
right?
know.
Yeah.
you don't know, and that's why it takes so
Well,
much
like, what
due
if-
diligence
what if
to
you just-
fire someone.
Yeah, but what if you just say like it's just not working out?
You're still firing someone.
I
and you
know.
can still look.
can
Okay,
they-
so
can
how's
they-
this? We
can they
should have
sue
had.
you?
We should have had my friend from Maine come in. From video, because
I have no idea what you're talking about.
okay, so there's no names. And we don't know what company it was. So anyway, she lost an employee. She had to let this person go.
Oh, that's you literally lost. Go on.
No. She had to let this person go. It
Yeah.
just went all kinds of wrong. And she ended up suing her, and it was not worth it. Like
Yep, that's the game.
she had to pay out
Yeah.
It's
for
terrible.
months.
It would
and
cost you more
months.
in legal fees to fight it.
Absolutely. And it was, I mean, it was a lot of money.
Yeah.
And trust me, this girl did not. And this person was so good to this other person. And
Didn't make her sell scratch offs.
oh no. I mean, they were just so good to them. And she's
Yeah,
like,
makes
well,
it even
it was a
uglier.
really expensive learning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was awful.
As far as being walked out, my brother originally worked for a headhunting firm. He didn't own
I
it.
remember.
And they just said you could just tell, like he was, sort of an upper leadership, but certainly not a boss. When like guys hadn't made a placement in 6 months, 8 months, whatever else. And he said 2 things would happen. One, other staff people would walk past the people that were about to be let go and they would make crow noises like buzzards. They're "Quack!" because they were circling.
You mean like vultures?
Yeah, vultures, if
Yes.
you will. And they would start like they would start taking their office equipment because they knew that they'd be fired and they wanted dibs on it. And then once they would get walked out, they would open their drawers and you'd see like Tums and antacids.
Like the
and,
typical movie theater scene of like
all the
like
things they were
dread.
dealing with, the stress and everything.
Probably
else.
a little drugs in there
Sure,
from back in the if it was
sure.
the 80s.
It was probably the 80s. Corey,
People
formerly,
used to do cocaine a lot in the 80s, Ben.
That's brutal.
it was the meth before meth was meth. Corey, formerly Shepler, been fired twice. I was a second grade teacher at a Christian school, and I was fired for living with my boyfriend, now my husband, out of wedlock. And the second time I was on FMLA due to maternity leave, and my position was eliminated due to COVID. Filed a claim with the Department of Labor and got a settlement for wrongful termination. So good for her.
Happy ending.
I'm a clapper. No one else is clapping with me. This is not
I don't know if
fun.
anybody's ever clapped on this podcast.
Well, you know what? That's, you need a little
I bet
life
you
in
Marilyn has probably clapped
Oh, Marilyn
once
clapped.
or twice.
It's funny. You went Maryland.
Yeah, it did.
here. Well,
did.
I think you should clap sometimes.
Monroe.
I think what we embrace here is who you are. And so we embrace your clap.
Okay, but I'm also
You're not accepting us for who we are as non-clappers?
I am saying that it is an emotional need that
Clapping?
I need you guys to clap with me on occasion.
I think you're trying to manipulate emotional needs.
Maybe, but
I'm not
that's
a
okay. I love you all.
Why don't you go with Sarah there, Ben?
Look, Ben will feel guilty from what I understand, so maybe he'll
He'll be
clap
clapping
with
in
me.
bed tonight. You happy
say
now,
I'm
Kelly? Are you happy now, Kelly?
Aw, stop.
In college, I worked as a waitress at Garfield's. I had a manager that was power crazed. One day during the lunch rush, I had a customer ask for some cheese on her side salad. I gave the customer as she asked. At the end of my shift, this manager calls me in the office and says he reviewed my receipts and saw I didn't charge the lady for cheese on her salad. He said he considered that theft and had to let me go. I told him he could have the job. I found out later the rumor amongst the other servers was that I stole a wheel of
my
cheese. Wow.
Are you familiar with Garfield's? Is that like a... Like I know the town of Garfield.
No, I'm
Is it like
not.
a comic book themed restaurant?
Yeah, where is
Next
it?
to Heathcliff's?
I mean, we have phones to look it up.
But
So-
I like that she's naming names. Go on.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Yes.
curious, like what's the the cheese protocol for the salad at Garfield's?
Well, meanwhile, when Jan, before her mom passed, Mary, when they went to that restaurant somewhere in Penn Trafford, I don't know the name of it, or Trafford maybe even, getting closer, they were charged like $3 a piece for waters because they didn't order other drinks.
Wait, where was this?
At a restaurant? Like a,
See, that's wild.
Yeah.
Because,
Wow.
well, what kind
Wait,
of water was it?
nope, just water.
Just water?
Spigot.
See, that's crazy.
I don't know.
They probably
Yes,
got it
spigot
out of the
water.
hose.
That's crazy because, like,
Sounds illegal.
That's
Unless you
far away
didn't
from
buy
charging extra
food.
for cheese. No, they.
Well, I mean,
had
if
full
it's on their
dinners.
menu that they
No.
charge for it, they
I don't think
could
it
be
was.
allowed. But I'm saying,
Firing for some cheese on a salad is wild.
well,
that's
it should have
so
been
minuscule.
listed as good customer service.
Yeah, exactly.
And because did they forget it or she wanted some extra? Ugh,
Even so,
people.
and if I owned the restaurant, I would lose money. Let's be very clear about
Yeah,
it.
that's why you don't.
My
own
portions
one.
would be way too big,
You
and I would be like,
emotionally
"It's fine,
give.
it's
You give
fine."
emotionally.
Exactly. So you said you have both fired and been
Oh,
fired.
yes.
Which would you like to lead with?
Let's lead with my fired because I was only fired once.
Atta girl.
And like, unlike Ben, and I actually don't know all your background, and I certainly don't know yours. But like, I had tons of jobs when I was young.
Well, I was
because-
thinking that would be another week because I
I've
did
had a lot
put
of
in the
jobs.
original thing, you know, what are the worst jobs you've had? But like I've had a good number of jobs.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Not been fired. Not
Yeah,
been
we'll do
fired.
that at some time. But you know, I was also the age that I said, you know what, you're all paying me the same wherever I'm going at that point, so I didn't care.
Sure.
Who cares? I'll go get another W-2. I had 5 W-2s in 1 year.
Wow.
You know, I mean, who cares? So anyway, I mean, that was when I was really young, and you do realize that some people treat you very poorly when you're young.
And if your first job's terrible, you don't realize that they're not all like that.
right? But I mean, one of my favorite jobs was McDonald's.
Which one?
Penn Hills. I worked in Harmerville too. Oh, one of my famous stories. Thank you very much. I did wait on Mr. Oh my gosh, it just fell out of my name. The guy that invented the Big Mac, Roy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so he
Wait,
came.
what's his name?
I can't. It's Roy something, isn't it?
I think you're screwing it up with Roy.
I mean, you
No,
look up
it
the-
is. I'm pretty sure
Roy.
it is Roy, but I.
G. Biv. No,
Nope.
no.
Stop.
you-
Anyway,
you keep
back
talking.
on track.
Rogers.
So, right. So
Don't
it's
think
the-
so.
He came through the drive-through, and people say,
No,
well,
don't look it up. Don't look it up. Keep going.
people say, well, what did he
he
order?
literally Ray Kroc.
Ray Kroc.
Good
Wait,
old
is
Roy.
he? No, that's McDonald's. I don't know if he's the big Delegetti. It's Delegetti.
Oh, the guy that made the Big Mac
Yeah, the
out
guy-
of Uniontown.
Yes. What's the guy that invented the Big Mac?
Come on, Eric.
So
You can look that up.
he
Roy Ray Kroc.
it's Delegetti. So anyway, people always say, well, what did he get? And I was like, he got a Big Mac.
That's pressure. Well, you weren't making it.
No,
You took
I was
the
just taking care of him because of,
How'd you know it was him?
give me
Jim Delegetti.
yeah, Jim Delegetti.
Jim Roy Delegetti.
And
That's it.
yeah, so I don't know. That's just a funny.
It is a
side
fun
note.
story. That could be another one. Who brushes with famous people
Yeah,
you served
like,
or whatever else.
yeah, that is a good one.
Like because working at Churchill.
Oh,
I mean, one of my favorite stories is watching Mel Blunt shave his head naked, standing in front of a mirror.
I don't know if that would be one of my favorite stories, but
Phenomenal.
I'm glad for you. No, I mean, you know my stories, Jay, so that's a
Yes.
great story.
Trust me, there were other people there that were
Yeah.
negative memories.
Yeah,
And Ken
yeah.
Jacoby once threw me a $20 bill. Side
Oh,
arm.
that's fun. Yeah,
He
I
was a
don't know
pitcher
this
for
story.
the Pirates, Ben.
Oh my God.
Wow.
In 1979, the We Are Family Pirates. They won what's called the World Series. Ben isn't so much a sports guy.
Neither am I.
Got
Who
a
knew?
touchdown.
So you were fired from.
That's funny. I got that. So I was working at a hair salon, whatever. I started bebopping around because one of the jobs I was working in Oakland, across from Children's Hospital, that was,
The old Children's Hospital.
yep. And that was, oh, hey, what are you doing down here? Oh, my kid has a bruise. We found out they had cancer.
Oh boy.
Literally, yeah. So
foreshadowing.
that was one of my, right. Yes. Thank you.
You were
I
like,
don't
oh,
know.
that must be terrible for them. I don't
Yeah,
want to know
I
anything
mean-
about that. You're like, oh,
Well,
no.
no,
I'm
I
gonna learn a
didn't
lot
at that
more.
point.
No, of course
I
not.
mean, so here yeah. So that was wild. But it was a lot to park down there, and there wasn't a lot of support at that job. But so I moved on, and I just needed somewhere to work. Well, I interviewed at Fantastic Sam's,
The old
and I
Fantastic
will name
Sam's.
because this is a public case, and the person ended up being a public case. That's why I said, oh, you might want to have me on, because it was Labor Day weekend. They put up the notes to say, you can't call off these days, and you're not
Sure.
allowed to have off these days. Well,
right.
it's my birthday weekend. Okay. Well, I didn't take one of those days off, and I didn't call off one of those days. I called off the next day off.
Oh.
Okay.
Right. Yeah,
It
it's
was a
fine.
day that wasn't on the list.
Yeah,
Right.
it's valid.
Okay.
And yet,
And I went into work. They called me in the office, and they fired me.
Wow.
for calling off a day after you weren't allowed to call off.
Yeah, they said, and it was a motley crew. Like, we work in a much more sensitive place now, world, but it was odd, and I don't know how I personally would have handled it as a business owner. I used to work next to a woman who had something going on health wise, and she didn't have a lot of hair.
Ooh.
She was shedding. She would have a lot of skin issues.
And she's a stylist.
Yeah. There was a lot going on there. And she was right next to me, and she was always like picking at her skin.
Oh, no.
And I don't know what it was. I
Was
mean,
she like part lizard?
I don't know.
Okay.
Like, I
it's
have so
possible.
much compassion
Can
because
you give me
it-
a 5-year, 10-year window?
what do you mean? Like, how many
what-
years ago?
No, like what year was this?
That's what I'm saying. It was
Ish.
like, before I bought the salon. So it's over 30 years ago. And this
So
was
late
in
90s,
Plum.
mid 90s.
Yeah, this was in Plum.
Well, I'm just
yeah, it was
thinking,
after
like-
I graduated.
Because,
Early
like,
90s.
I'm thinking like, is this like the AIDS virus times? Is
No,
this like
I think it was
drugs?
an
Is it-
autoimmune before they knew what autoimmune was, and they didn't know how to treat something correctly.
you
If it was,
typically don't want your hairstylist.
but she had a clientele,
Sure.
so
And God bless her. I mean, she's
that's
working
what
through
I'm
something.
saying. Like, and I am compassionate. But
Yeah.
it was a hard person to work next to.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Not,
really.
I shouldn't say that. It was a hard situation.
because
to
she's
work
got
next
her
to.
client list. But then your clients are coming and going,
Well, I didn't have clients
up
at
with
that
the snake
point, and
shedding her
like
skin over there?
Fantastic Sam's, you just come on in.
you're
Right.
building your
like-
base, aren't you?
I was trying.
Yeah,
right.
you did.
I didn't stay. I got fired.
Right.
Yeah, I wasn't there for long, but I don't know. It was an awkward situation.
Yeah.
So anyway, these people, the manager's there, somebody else is there to witness it, and like the manager that I never met, and then another manager, and then another person. Yes, all three people in a tiny little room like that.
Wow.
And they were like, "I'm sorry, you will no longer be needed." And I was like, "Oh, what?" Like it takes you a minute
Right.
to like understand what this
Oh,
means.
so did your head get all hot and your ears start burning? Or are you more dizzy?
I just didn't even understand it at
Sure.
that moment. You're just like, okay, and this is weird. And I didn't feel like I did. I mean, I kind of knew I was being a jerk. I mean, I called off the day after it, but I technically did not break any rules.
No.
I called off in time.
You weren't on a secret suspension list. You hadn't been warned.
No.
You hadn't been
No.
3 strikes.
No.
And wait, and you
No,
didn't
no.
call off. You requested off.
No. I did call
You
off.
did call off. Okay.
But it wasn't
A
part.
blackout day.
Right.
Nope.
Right.
Not at all. And I called off in time, in the appropriate
Yeah.
time that you're supposed to call off.
Sounds very reasonable.
Thank you. I mean, it was a little douchebaggy. Can I say
Not
that?
even. Yes, you
I don't
can.
think so.
Okay.
Just
Well,
from what you're
yes.
saying.
And
I
Ben
know,
calls
but-
that out all the time. So
I call it like I see it.
You see,
he does. He would be like, "It's okay."
yeah, no, I'm
So-
inside. I'm Ben. If you don't know that, I'm inside. I'm Ben.
No, that's an interesting observation.
Okay, so wait. So here, years later, this story comes out in the news and in the newspaper back when we used to read those, and it was a big headline. This lady was arrested for stealing off this couple that owned these 2 Fantastic Sams. Her name.
No, I wouldn't say the name.
Okay, well, it's in public.
Okay, you can
Let's
say
just say SL. If you want to reach out to me, you can find out because it's in the public.
it. So the manager? Who's SL?
One of the managers,
Give her a fictitious name. What's SL stand for?
Susan.
Okay, great. I was just saying.
So she was the manager that I had never met, but she was the one who came in to make sure I was fired that
and
day.
she stole from Fantastic Sam's.
Yes.
Nice.
And Fantastic Sam's, yeah, they aren't corporate. I mean, they are privately owned.
Right.
Yeah, they're just a franchise.
Yeah.
So
Those are real
they-
people that own it,
They're real people.
not some mega
Correct.
corporation that.
Right. And, they try to do right by their employees and blah, blah, blah. And, whatever, I was fired. But, so this lady comes out, she stole, I can't remember. So I posted in a group today trying to find out this lady's name and see if I could find the article and everything else. I can't find the article, but some people filled me in. Ooh, I forgot. Get this, that there were sexual abuse allegations against her and her husband
Who?
on top of
Against each other?
the money that she stole from these people. And what I've learned and what I've heard, when you hear that somebody stole money and you hear the big number in the papers,
It's
or
never
in-
that number.
yeah, that's only what they can prove.
Right.
And I have another personal story about that, and that's a different day. But yeah. So this lady, so I go, this is the only, again, not swearing, person that's ever fired me, and this is what kind of person she was. I'm like, oh, honey.
But that
Like,
makes
what is
sense
that?
because who
Like,
could fire you?
Well,
Right.
she didn't even know me. I hadn't even met her.
Right. Well,
I hadn't even met her.
yeah.
So
You don't
it
care
was
for
weird.
her.
But wait, so these sexual abuse allegations. So the girl that was sexually abused, who was strong enough back then to press charges against her, reached out to me today and said, "This is my aunt, not really aunt." And I was like, "Oh my God, too bad she can't come on the podcast
Oh
tonight."
my gosh.
Right? And
How
I was
long?
like, "Oh,
and so
that's a future
When did
day."
this all break?
I don't remember that.
But not recently.
You know what? I asked her and I forgot to
Yeah.
re-ask
wild.
the date. Okay, so wait, so I asked her, the guy died in jail before she actually got to go to court.
Susan's husband.
Yes.
Oh.
And
The bad manager's
Susan only got off with having to be registered, which is actually a pretty big deal. To have to go on the list
Yeah.
is a pretty big deal. So she went, what is it? Not the child molester
Megan's
list.
list.
Thank you. Megan's Law list, yes. And
Is
she
that for
ended up,
children as well? Or is that just the children?
I don't know.
It's for any sexual
Yeah.
abuse.
Do you know that I looked it up from time to time as a pastor, as
Yep.
a coach, as a
We should.
whatever? But every time I do it, I get a little nervous that my name's gonna be on there. I think I would know that I'm not on there.
Right.
I know, but it's scary.
Isn't that talk about need for
yeah.
acceptance?
Well,
like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
or like when I do
it's-
clearances.
It's a much more maximum version of like going to the airport and being afraid.
Oh.
Like, did I forget to take my pocket knife
Oh,
out of
gosh.
my book
I
bag?
hope I don't have a gun.
my gosh.
I don't own a gun.
Oh my God.
I
One of
do.
my relatives stuck a lighter in my pocket
Nice.
and didn't tell me when I got to the airport. And by
that's
the
not
way,
okay.
they never found it.
Oh, that's concerning.
He was like, "Did you get caught?" And I was like, "No."
Double whammy.
Yeah.
But same thing with clearances. Like I have to do
I mean,
clearances
that's
every once in a
Tampa
while.
for
Like,
you.
I would know if I had been arrested by the state police.
Yeah.
I mean, I forget some things. I'm getting old.
But you're always afraid that like you're gonna act, like sort of some other Jay Mitlow that you're gonna get confused with. That's gonna like.
I mean,
you know,
that
That's never occurred to me. But
yeah.
well, given my dad's history, you never know.
Right. But
So,
I was like,
as a
that's a
boss-
pretty good story for like a firing
That's a
story.
lot.
Like, right?
It's a lot.
I mean, is
but I
that a
love there's a lot
surprise?
of vindication in our stories.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're like, okay, it wasn't me.
yeah,
No,
that's
these
what
were-
was
What's his
me.
name on Consumers though?
Oh, so one of the impetuses for this was Graham Kay, who actually we should promote it.
Yeah.
He's a comedian from Canada, which has nothing to do with the story. Benny and Me, is that what it is?
Something like that.
But
I'll try to look.
He
it up.
has a, as he describes it, severely autistic brother, and just over the years he would have these stories. And so now he has this show that's actually been on Broadway, and it's a comedy special on YouTube, but it's just all the ridiculousness of having a heavily autistic brother growing up.
Pete and Me.
Pete and Me. But he said he'd been fired from, was it 17 or 19?
I think it was like 19 times.
And he's like, I've actually never had a job that I didn't get fired from. And they're like, what? And he goes, well, I worked
you
for
imagine?
a Jewish organization that helped kids, with their summer activities. And so these kids would go fly all across Europe.
Wealthy kids.
Obviously
You know,
wealthy kids.
yeah.
And, I flew them to the wrong airport. So hey, 13 years old, they found their way back. And
Stop it.
he goes, I worked for a painting
Well,
company.
no, he was like, I had it coming. There was, we were in a meeting, and there was four of us. Just the four of us that worked there, and I fell asleep during the meeting.
yeah. Oh.
So-
A different job.
no, same job, but that was like
Oh, that was the final straw,
the
losing the,
final
children.
straw was losing the children. Like,
But he had
Well,
kept
I mean,
falling
that was a
asleep
big
in
note
meetings.
to end on.
Yeah, but he worked for a painting company, and he goes, "We painted the wrong house."
they painted the whole house.
Yeah, we didn't get any of
People
those.
function like that.
Oh man.
He's a very successful comedian.
Yeah, but look
well,
up.
I mean, he better be.
yeah, I'm excited.
I mean, he's got a lot of material.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
let
that's
alone,
very
that's
true.
not
We
even,
don't.
not even the autistic brother. I mean,
But yeah,
that's
Pete
yeah.
and Me, it's on YouTube, so it's
yeah.
free.
You haven't watched it yet, have you?
No, I haven't. I was thinking about watching it with Amy tomorrow night.
Well, we're going to table
Pete
what it's
and
like to
Me
fire
is
somebody,
what
so
you're
we
saying.
keep it to an hour. But I had a question earlier, which was we would like to end on a food topic, and this one is: what is a spring food? Because summer
Yeah,
is
it's a good
barbecue,
question.
fall is Thanksgiving, and campfire and s'mores and whatnot. Winter is soup and chili. Ben, what did you say earlier?
Okay, so for spring, I don't know if this really is a spring food. In fact, I'm pretty confident it's not considered a spring food, but I have a nomination at least for a spring
Your
food.
boldness
say
is
it.
astounding.
I was like, this is perfect. This is perfect because I just talked about this so much. Carrot cake.
Good. Excellent.
That's
Clapping.
unbelievable.
I'm a clapper.
I don't know how you did it, Ben, but you did it.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yes.
especially for Easter because what do
Yes.
bunnies like?
Excellent. Excellent answer. Deviled eggs. What about deviled eggs? Is that a spring one? You can't eat them all year, but is their main
But
season?
it's
I
more
like
like a
it.
picnic food, and we're getting
Yeah,
into
it's kinda
pic-
I know,
summery.
but you have them at Easter.
I'm with you.
You do.
I like it.
Thank you.
My thing-
That's the right answer.
the
Carrot cake, because bunnies love carrot cake.
but like, I think my thing is berries.
Berries, but that's
Yeah,
a
but they're
summer
not in
thing.
spring.
Is it though? Like,
Yes,
Yeah, no,
it's a
no,
late
no.
summer thing.
Yeah, they're not in
No,
spring.
You're
but
the
like
dumbest
May-
person that's ever. The Mary Berry month of May.
Yes.
The month of May. What are the three things
May
they
is
list?
spring.
We're talking Eaton Park restaurants. For those of you who think Bob's Big Boy, Shoney's.
Okay, they did strawberry pie in June.
They go berry
because
shakes and something and berry pies. What's the second one?
I don't know.
In the merry month of May.
Yeah, May spring. That's what I'm saying. Strawberries.
True.
Okay, mine What are you ready, or should we?
Oh,
keep
no, I
going
wanna hear
down
it.
I don't
this
have a
hole?
right answer though.
Oh, I don't have a right
because like my thing is like there's no like main course meal item that I
Ham,
can
but
think
that's
of.
Easter.
It's Easter
Yeah, that doesn't count. Even though
So Jay
Thanksgiving.
brought up,
because you
Yeah,
could do
yeah.
Christmas ham.
and I'll
Yeah.
do.
Sure.
I'll give you this credit. You said salads, and I said, well, people make like if you go to a restaurant this time of year, there you will see a spring pea in things.
In the farm to table crowd.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, not McDonald's.
No, I understand that.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying,
So-
like, they serve what is around. I mean, there is spring
Right.
crops. I'm ignorant too. I mean, I would assume I know the spring pea would be one,
Yeah,
but
I have dill growing right now, but I think
I don't
that's
have anything
oh, I got to get
other than
another
berries. And I stand on my
banana
berry
leaf.
What about like Shamrock Shake?
Should have stuck with carrot cake.
No, it's good.
I give
It's
you the
good.
berry.
Mint is a spring, even though it comes in the summer, but
berries
it's
are
spring. It's known to be spring.
No, yeah, salads is all I can do.
No, because you know what? I think they do put a lot of mint with peas
That would be
in
could.
salads.
And if you think about what is one of the famous salad leaves, is a spring mix.
leaf. Spring mix. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like it.
salad, lettuce,
Nothing beats carrot cake.
spinach. It's an early crop
Yeah. Wonder why.
because it's a cold crop.
I get it. Just saying, like,
But you said I wonder why.
The
I
other
mean,
question would
evolution.
be if you could make a food a spring food, what would you make it?
Oh. Well, first off, I want everybody to know that the first thing I spit out when Jay asked was marshmallows.
You did.
Which that one doesn't
And-
that one
and
doesn't
you-
resonate with me.
Okay, but wait.
But wait, you bust my chops a lot for making fun, and I
it's
let
funny.
that slide.
It's funny.
I let it slide and I got
Because
all the crap.
It's
for berries.
marshmallow peeps.
Yeah, right.
Peeps.
Peeps.
But it's marshmallow peeps.
It's
That's
still
all I
Easter.
hate.
It's still Easter.
When I think of marshmallows, I
I'll
think
say
of like
chocolate
s'mores.
then.
I think
though.
s'mores.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Well, yeah. What year do you, besides Halloween, what time of year do you eat the most chocolate? It
Easter.
might be Easter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are jelly beans
You
considered
could
a spring food?
you could associate chocolate with Valentine's Day.
Oh, true.
But
true.
But I like Easter like chocolate bunny.
Like Easter, yeah. Easter baskets are
Yeah.
big.
So, well, but that's also summer.
I don't know. Tell everybody.
thinking
Tell
like
everybody
weddings.
to chime in.
I'm
there
thinking
is
like
one.
wedding.
Please comment. You know, tell people to comment. They need
Fish?
like, what is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. Do fish come out this time of year?
I
They're
get it. Like
hey.
lens fish.
Trout. It's opening a
Yeah.
trout season.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's
Lent,
that.
fish.
Trout will definitely be on a farm to table menu.
Sure.
You're right. What else is on the farm to table? I don't know. Do we just not eat anything else? Lettuce, peas, and carrot cake.
Well, it's always like Pittsburgh farm to table restaurants. Like, are you really? Because the farms have been
no,
closed for
they-
6 months. I'm just saying,
They
like,
do their
if you're in
right.
California, oh, they can do fermented stuff and pickled stuff
Yeah.
and whatnot. But it's a much more challenging
Aged
thing than if
meat.
you're in
You and
California.
I like some aged
Oh,
meat.
charcuterie. We ended with a.
It was nice.
And was locked and loaded.
That's it for episode 319. Join us next week for episode 320. Between now and then, please give us a like or a follow on social media and visit us at lunchtimeinrome.com. While there, take our relational needs questionnaire. Thanks for joining us at the table for Lunchtime in Rome. Bye.
See you next week.
See you.
Bye.